Take me back to the day when things were simple. Riding bikes to the sunset, feeling that warm tingle. No screens to distract us, just the sound of laughter. Making forts in the backyard, chasing after what came after. Oh, the good old days when we play outside. No Wi-Fi, no worries, just a wild ride. Trading baseball cards, listen to the radio. Life was an adventure, don't you know?
Woo! Welcome to Offline Daze. I'm Ryan, and this is my co-host.
Coley, yeah, holy cow, third episode, huh? I feel like I can't get rid of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean it's like a bad case of chlamydia. You just can't get rid of me.
Yeah. I think Dimitri Martin said that herpes is the art supplies of sexually transmitted diseases. They just glitter, and it just never goes away. Well, I botched that joke. We should probably just go on from there.
Well, I was going to say if herpes is you know what you said, what would AIDS be considered then?
Oh yeah. Well, we can joke about it now because there's a cure, and the cure is money. So.
Yes. Well, how has your week been, sir?
Oh, my week has been pretty good. Got a couple comedy venues that I've been talking to try to get some shows, and feeling like this is starting to be more of a career than a hobby. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. How about yours?
It's been going good. Just the weekend was good. I tripped some mushrooms on Sunday.
Well done.
Yeah, at a remote location, just to get all the cobwebs out and kind of ease into the week a little bit better. Just took my dog, was there with a few friends, and we just listened to tunes like just some old stoner hippies staring at the mountains.
That's great, man. That's great. I tripped too, but I'm old, and I think it was on the sidewalk.
You stubbed your toe. You stubbed your toe on the way inside. I mean, you're an old soul, though. What can you say, right? You're
I am an old
soul.
soul. It's probably one of my favorite things. It's probably why I do this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so what are we talking about today?
Well, I mean, part of my week was being a little sick, and so I felt like I was on my deathbed. So, I think we should talk about almost being on our deathbeds in the 80s and 90s. There were so many things that were just super unsafe that we just lived through.
Oh, what a great... So basically things that could have killed us as kids, because I feel like parents these days are, and you can maybe speak to this, you're a parent, they're overprotective, right? But, back in our day, I feel like they were just like, fucking whatever, and we survived.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I tell my daughter every day to wear a helmet on whatever she's riding, whether it's a bike, a hoverboard, or whatever that she's riding. She needs to wear a helmet. And then when I ride my bike with her, she always goes, "Why aren't you wearing your helmet?" And I go, "Well, I never really wore my helmet." And so then I got to be a role model. And then, I got to do the important thing and put a helmet on and look like an idiot. That's why we didn't wear helmets, right? We look like idiots.
Yeah. Plus, I got a big dome too, so it's like a helmet always made it feel like it's just stacking on top of the bigness. It's like double dome,
like two eggs on top of each other.
Yeah, fucking A. And it was like all tight and but I don't bike as much, but I'll wear a helmet when I ski, I guess, because I don't want to hit the trees like Sonny Bono and end my life that way. But
right.
But yeah, I think it's a good topic to talk about, because it's basically it's pretty comical if you think about some of the things. Does anything come to your mind off the top of your head?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is bike riding. We talk about that, like riding your bikes to an undisclosed location, not wearing a helmet, usually going through, you're not on the road, you're cutting through some sort of greenway or forest or whatever. So like it's not flat. And I remember one of the first times I ever ate it on a bike. I was pedaling uphill, went over my handlebars. I know, right? Pretty hard to do that, but I went over my handlebars. Probably looked pretty sweet. Got a sweet black eye out of it. But I mean, thinking
Ooh,
about that, like that could have been any, I could have hit anywhere on my head and I could have not been alive. Literally flipped
we
over
wouldn't
my
be having this.
handlebars.
We wouldn't be having this podcast if that were the case, right? Like, but it almost seemed like you were trying to do some sort of a BMX trick, but you were just actually just eating shit. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, it probably looked really cool to wipe out, but yeah, it hurt like hell. I mean, I think I was down, and you know when a parent goes, like you kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you see them kind of freak out, you're kind of like, oh fuck, I really did it this time.
Yeah. So that's the big one that comes to mind. I mean, it's just there were so many things that we did. The other one that I was having conversation with this week with a buddy was we talked about lawn darts. You remember lawn darts? Did you ever play with those?
Oh, you mean yeah, lawn darts. I do remember that game. That seemed very dangerous, but fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, we never played the game. We just threw them at each other.
Oh, I,
These, 25-pound darts that are. The concept of the game, for those of you that don't know it, is you're basically playing like you're playing darts in like a horseshoe manner where you're trying to just lob it up and you're trying to get at that bullseye, right? No, we didn't
yeah,
play the bullseye. We thought it'd be really fun if we just threw it up in the air and everybody ran away from them.
right. And maybe that's why I had a neighborhood full of kids with glass eyes. I mean, you you throw them up in the air and you just don't know, and all of a sudden, little Johnny just gets one right through the fucking foot, right?
Yeah. I mean, there might be a reason that the special ed department in education exists, and it might be because one too many kids took a lawn dart to the head.
I mean, we learn geometry by dodging projectiles. Is that what it comes down to?
Well, and it's really funny because you realize it's like when people shoot guns off, and they're like, when they shoot them off into the air. If you know anything about any sort of physics, you're like, you know that those come back down, right? Like it's gravity.
Well, I mean, I feel like a good way to put it is today's kids need parental controls, and maybe we needed tetanus shots.
So, yeah, maybe just a little bit of parental control. That's what we needed. Tetanus shots and a teeny bit of parental control.
Yeah, I feel like, and lawn darts are interesting too. I mean, I feel like they came out probably in like the 60s and 70s, but were around in the 80s. I mean, I can't imagine how many injuries. Think about like drunken barbecue injuries that happened in
No,
Wisconsin.
yeah, right. That was where a majority of lawn dart alcoholic injuries happened. I have that statistic right here.
It was like 30% in 1985, I feel like, from what I remember.
Yeah, right. Oh God, we're gonna get a lot of Wisconsin
Another
haters.
one,
We love you, Wisconsin.
oh, we do. We do. Wisconsin, I feel like it's just the Midwest. You have some good salt of the earth people, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know what we're gonna have to do one time, and this will be later on, but we'll do an episode on drinking in the 80s and 90s, and
Ooh.
and maybe some people from Wisconsin can chime in.
Well, I mean that we can I want to touch on another topic that kind of brings that into play a little bit, but we can elaborate more. What about back in the 80s how kind of seatbelts were merely just a suggestion?
You're not gonna. So there's a viral video out there on the because everybody protests whatever laws are going on, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's a viral video from the 80s. It's a news reporter who is talking to people, and they are telling them about the new seatbelt laws. And everybody that they interview is pissed that they have to wear that it's a law that they have to wear seatbelts.
Was that from the 80s, you said?
Yeah, I think it was a Colorado 7 News clip that kind of went viral, and yeah, it was like, I want to say it was like 87, 88
Yeah.
that went. Well, the news clip was when there, and then it went viral like a couple years ago. And so, but it's just so funny that like people were so angry about having to wear a seatbelt, and now it's like, well, duh, it saves your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, seatbelts were like, I like to look at them. They were like the condoms of the 80s. Nobody wanted to wear them.
That's true. That's true.
You
That
know?
goes back to
It-
that goes back to your AIDS joke.
Yep. Yep. It's all fun and game until someone dies of AIDS. But remember also, I don't know if you were ever like riding in a truck. Like I came from, the country, North Carolina, a lot of trucks. But I can remember when I was younger riding in a truck, I think with one of my parents, and you come to a stop and they extend their arm out a bit, like it's going to save your head from going through a windshield.
Yeah, the stop short. Yeah. Right? The arm stop short. Oof. Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about sitting in the back of a truck.
Well, no,
Or
that
the-
too. Sitting in the back of the truck. We used to like to. I remember in high school, we used to like to put like lawn chairs in the back of the truck, and just cruise around. I mean, call us redneck, but we were redneck.
I was going to say, you might be a redneck if, right?
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
right. Seatbelts,
And we,
seatbelt things were huge. I mean, you look at did you ever ride in the back of a station wagon?
oh, fucking station wagons! What a nice. Yeah, it's like just kids just sliding across the vinyl seats like bowling balls.
Yeah. You know, if you got rear-ended, because there were always 4 or 5 kids back there, because that's where everybody wanted to sit. You know, if that car got rear-ended, there were 4 or 5 funerals.
Oh, easily. And I can remember as a kid too, like probably being like 8 or 9. People would drink and drive like it was just a can of soda.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's I think that's an episode, and I think drinking in the 80s is an episode in itself. I think we could have some fun with that for sure.
I mean, I remember in my neighborhood, from time to time, it'd be a repeat offender just hammered driving down the road on a tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just Steve just after finished mowing his lawn had about 6 drinks and then decides to just escape his wife and just head down the road in a tractor.
Isn't that how you mow your lawn? You drink beer and mow your lawn, right?
Yeah, I mean I feel like it's not a
That's not an 80s thing. I do that now.
yeah, and you don't even have a lawn.
Right? It's really weird when my neighbors are like, "What is that guy doing on his tractor?"
Oh man. Anything else you can think of that kind of comes to mind, like death-defying things that we did?
Well, you want to talk about playgrounds?
Oh my
or
God.
or death grounds? I don't know. What do you want to call them playgrounds? You want to call them death grounds? What was your favorite death playground equipment? Do you know?
I mean, probably I enjoyed like as a kid getting on the monkey bars and then just falling off and just fucking, jacking my shoulder up. That was nice.
Did you ever go on that like merry-go-round equivalent where it would spin you, and basically you would play the game of whoever could spin it the fastest and stay on? You get kids
Oh.
flying everywhere.
And
I
kids
don't
puking everywhere, flying everywhere. Yeah.
I don't even remember what those are called. I want to call it a merry-go-round, but a merry-go-round is one of those nice little things with animals that you ride that goes really slow. This did not go slow.
No, no,
And
it didn't. It
everything
didn't.
was metal, right?
Yeah, yeah. Everything was a knife, a metal knife.
Metal knife or a frying pan, depending on how you wanted to do it. I mean, if you wanted, you would get the slide where you would have a knife and a frying pan in the same.
Yeah, in a nice 100-degree summer day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Did
Or
you ever play?
what about the old school trampolines where you had like the metal fucking wiring all around?
Yeah. Yeah, I was not allowed to have a trampoline because my dad was a doctor, and he told me that everybody that got a trampoline, that's the reason that I got to go to college.
I mean, that was like I can't imagine even like trying to like put together like more of a death trap than that, like just bouncing around and just all of a sudden. I mean, if you don't stab yourself with one of those those wires, it's like you and a couple friends are on there where you do the bounce before the bounce, and they just like shoot you off right into fucking space.
Yeah, yeah. Or you jump off the roof and
Mm.
launch somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh man, and those springs, yeah, they were sharp, but also like if you got your finger caught in one of those things, I did.
Ooh.
I don't think my pinky is the same. It's sad.
Kind of looking Freddy Krueger-ish.
Luckily, no, but I definitely either broke it or did something to it that it doesn't bend as well as it used to.
Is it tough to pick your nose with it?
With my pinky, I don't know how often I
Mm-hmm.
pick my nose with my pinky, but yeah, it can hurt.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize you didn't pick your nose with your pinky. You know, the funniest part about
No,
driving,
I
like the top thing to do, I notice while people are driving by themselves is just pick their nose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was gonna tell you I don't pick my nose with my pinky because I'm classy and I pick my nose with my index finger. Or if I'm
Oh,
mad at somebody, I pick it with my middle finger so that they're just, you know.
I like to fist my nose.
Oh, we should dive into that. But maybe I'm not maybe we this is a different Zoom call that you need to have with your therapist.
This isn't the medium. This isn't the medium that you were hoping to. Yeah, I think I was confusing that. I'm trying to think of any more dangerous things. Well, kind of, I guess, segueing. What about fireworks? You could just get fireworks anywhere as a kid.
Oh yeah, and there were no such thing as um, burn laws that they have now. You could just shoot them off. I mean, I know people still shoot them off, but I don't. I'm not a big firework fan in general, so
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of played that pretty safe. But
Got it.
yeah. Do you have any horror? I do have one story that I can tell
Okay.
about fireworks where uh, we didn't know which way the firework. We didn't know which way was up or down, which is never a good sign for a
No,
firework.
not at all.
So we just decided to put it down and we lit the fuse, and it like
Where'd
bounced
it go?
back and it like bounced back and forth, kind of flickering here and there, and God, this thing is a dud. This thing sucked. As soon as we said that, it shot straight in between me and my buddy, right into his car. He had a Jeep, just
Oh,
straight into his car. Set the seat on fire. We had to, you know, dab it out really quick. It wasn't like anything big, but there was no
that's kind of
safety.
yeah. I feel like I remember one time in my neighborhood. I can't remember who it was. We were younger, and it was one of those where you light it and it doesn't go, and you kind of go back to it to make sure it's lit, and that motherfucker just popped off right in his face. Like I don't think it went in his eye, but it went right in his forehead, and that was not a good day for whoever the fuck that was, but I can't remember them.
I mean, I gotta say, at least it hit his forehead and not his eye. I'd rather have a burn on my forehead than a scar on my forehead than no eye.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like back then you didn't really have to buy fireworks either. You acquired them from like a shady roadside tent run by a guy who looked like he lived in his van down by the river.
Yeah, that's exactly where you bought them. Yeah, there were none of these giant fireworks stands. No, it was all very sketchy. And you know it was good fireworks when the guy that's selling you was missing at least 3 fingers.
Yep. 3 fingers. Oh, sure. Yeah. He's definitely could be a serial killer and also moonlight as a fireworks salesperson. So
I mean that's a segue in itself of being kidnapped. That was the biggest thing in the 80s and 90s was don't get kidnapped.
stranger danger, stranger
Yeah.
danger, stranger danger.
Those vans, don't get in the van, don't take candy.
But candy's fucking good.
Oh, I love candy. I would absolutely get kidnapped right now if somebody
Yeah.
offered me candy.
Goalie gets kidnapped at 43 because some old man offered him fucking candy.
You could do it even. You could kidnap even more. So I'm giving all our listeners insights on me. But if you have a van full of beer, I'm yours.
Like maybe like an older white van.
Yeah, exactly. And put free beer and spray paint on the side.
Oh, and now it's like parents won't let their kids like go to this, go to their neighbor's house. But back then we were just roaming the streets till all hours of the night. Maybe some people can relate to walking to school 3 or 4 miles, walking back in the dark.
Yeah, I did that. I think. I mean, my school was at least a mile, if not more.
I
And
mean, can you
now,
imagine like telling Karen down the street that, to let her little son Bobby walk to school today? I mean, there's no way.
no, no. Violet lives in the same neighborhood as her school, and she gets dropped off.
Oh, she gets dropped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a car.
But
She's
it's
spoiled.
interesting that there was just an active group of serial killers back then too. So it's like you had kids on cereal boxes, you had serial killers, you had you got your Jeffrey Dahmers, your John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy's, Gary Ridgway. I mean, they were on and popping back in the day, and while we were all just riding bikes in the streets, like, oh my God, we're having so much fun. There's no way there's a serial killer over there.
Yeah. And now we watch documentaries on them.
Speaking of serial killers, yeah, it reminds me. I don't know if we talked about this already. Just the Unsolved Mysteries, that fucking show where that guy's scary voice would always just creep me out right before bed.
Oh yeah, yeah, you totally talked about those. I mean that guy, yeah, Unsolved Mysteries. That guy. What was the other one? It was Unsolved Mysteries, and then there was another one where I think the guy's like kid was kidnapped, and then he became a host of all these unsolved mysteries.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was the yeah, I forget his name, John something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, his kid got kidnapped, and then he started a whole kind of movement about that. But back then too, like, you'd have weird shit like, how vetted babysitters get these days? Like you have to have like 10 years of like, of of experience back then and be like, all right, yeah, I've got a 12-year-old sister, she can come watch your baby.
Yeah, yeah, babysitting was a lot easier. You didn't have to have 3 background checks and fingerprints and um, 6 references and 10
Yeah.
years of work experience.
Yeah. And you're only 8 and you need 10 years of working experience. So yeah, that's, but I mean, think about it though. You have like a 13-year-old, whoever watching a 2-year-old. As soon as the parents leave, they're calling their boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, drink some beers, fool around while the child is just dying in another room.
Oh yeah. I mean, think of the times that you thought you were dying, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the babysitters that I had a couple hot babysitters. Like I do remember like a few that my parents got that were just smoking. So I thank them for
Well,
that. But
that was a qualification because, you had to be hot to be a babysitter. That's how the movies portrayed them. You either
yeah,
were a hot 14-year-old or you were Mrs. Doubtfire. Those were the only 2 babysitters in my
no, that's like the only. No, that takes me back to something. It's like remember back when you were in school. Like you see all these kids now, like in high school and middle school, hooking up with these hot teachers. I'm like, back in my day, it was like fucking a two-headed beast teacher, with 3 backs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember in 6th grade, the rumor was that the 6th grade teacher picked her nose and ate her boogers. That was the whole
Mm.
rumor that. So
Did, did you?
gross.
Was it
Probably
true?
doing it with her pinky.
Ooh, ooh, God, yeah. Um, Trying to think of some other stuff that you definitely had like think about like the things that could kill you like I mean you could have like a creepy gym teacher that could murder you back in the day. Think about how creepy gym teachers were in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, they were super creepy. I had this like overweight uh 65-year-old woman as my gym teacher telling me to run laps. And I'm going, really?
And you
Yeah.
didn't want to hook up with her?
Well, that's a story for another podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I can remember I think one from my high school got arrested for inappropriate behavior with a swing. No, I'm kidding. With a with a younger girl. But yeah, like, people just weren't vetted back then. You had creepy gym teachers, you had just creepy uncles, you had creepy priests, you had just a lot of creepers.
Yeah, the 80s were creepy when you take a look at a lot of the movies. There were a lot of creepy movies out there. Exorcist, all kinds of. I mean, there are people with some demonic ideas for sure. I think that that's one of the reasons that we felt like we maybe should have died, right? And kind of to wrap
Yeah.
everything up, it's like this is something that clearly, because of all the demonic things that were happening in the 80s and 90s, there were people who died, but we got lucky, right? There were a lot of us
We
sitting
survived.
in no seat belts, sliding down slides with knives and burning hot frying pans, and yeah, just
Or if
that.
you were lucky enough to have a parent that chain smoked in the car with the windows rolled up.
Yeah. Yep, that one. Yeah. Oh man. And then just the car. I just feel like I remember having friends, parents who smoked and just sitting in the car, even when they weren't smoking, you just smelled that smoke.
Mm,
But
yeah, I was like, I probably should have been appalled by it, but I was like, give me one of those cigarettes, bitch.
well, it is what it is at some point in your life, right? It sounded the same thing with beer. Everybody gets
Yeah.
advice.
Everyone does. But it's amazing we survived. I would say it's a lesson to this generation to not be such pussies, you know? I mean, just let the kid breathe a little bit. Like, you know, I mean, if you bottle them up in a cage and don't let them do shit, by the time they go to college, they're gonna fucking burn that place down. So,
I'm a little afraid for our future. So let's just talk about the past, right? We'll just talk about the past and live about those. And honestly,
yeah,
I think this episode was fun, but we got to do a part 2 of this because I feel like we could talk for another 3 or 4 hours on this stuff.
yeah. It's I mean, it's very interesting to talk about and reflect on, but I think it's more just it's more funny just to see how it just nothing, you know, it didn't seem to matter as much, but now it matters more these days. People are more freaked out. So I feel like it's something that, you know, you could teach today's kids lessons and just say, "Hey, mom and dad, let your kid take candy from that white bus."
We can population, Thanos it and snap it and get a couple of them out of here, right?
You know, population control, Darwinism,
Yeah,
whatever they
right.
fucking call it, you
Exactly.
know, social
Darwinism.
Darwinism.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah. So it is what it is, but I've enjoyed talking about this. You know, as always, like to plug our socials. Where are we at again, Coley?
Yeah, we're at Facebook. We are at Instagram. We are on TikTok. Um, oh God, where else are we? Oh, we're on YouTube, and you can listen to any of us on any of the streaming platforms. So Apple Music and Spotify, keep supporting us.
Mm.
I do want to plug
Oh,
Dubby.
it's at
It is
before
an
you do that. It is at Offline Daze. Offline
Offline Daze.
DAZE. Yeah. Go
Yes,
ahead. Sorry.
yes. No, you're good. No, it's good that people know that what our podcast is called. That would be bad. That wouldn't be very good marketing. I
No.
do want to plug Dubby. Dubby is one of our sponsors. If you put in Offline Daze in Dubby's promo code, you'll get 10% off any of their products. So wanted to
What
plug
is
them as well.
Dubbies?
It's an energy
What is?
drink.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've had a couple samples. I've enjoyed them.
I could always use more energy. So.
That's my whole life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you sound
Offline
like
Daze.
you're
Oh, go ahead.
off. No, I was going to say you sound like you're at the late stages of tuberculosis here, so you might need an energy drink.
Yeah, we might need to, yeah, we might need a little energy drink. We might need to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right. Well, we appreciate everyone tuning in. This is the 3rd episode, and you know, we hope everyone lives a little bit more dangerously.
Yeah. Live dangerous, my friend. Live dangerous.
Live fast, die young. Peace out. All right. Well, how do you think that one went?